Eric touched on the need for more skilled workers for project sites. So Stephen Henderson headed out to Goodwill Industries to meet up with CEO Dan Varner for a look at what's being done to attract and to train more Detroit workers.
Say Goodwill to most people, and they think of the place where they drop old clothes or old furniture they don't need. But Dan Varner, Goodwill CEO, explains that the organization is so much more. It's on the front lines of the push to get more Detroiters ready for work, and they prepare between 9,000 and 10,000 people a year to enter the job market.
So, of course, we do run the iconic thrift stores, which come out of Reverend Edgar Helms' work in Boston years and years and years ago, well over 100 years ago now, that created the thrift store model. But we also, here at Goodwill Industries of Greater Detroit, we're a Tier 1 auto supplier. We run a light assembly and kitting business that serves all of the major manufacturers. And we also run a wholly owned subsidiary called Goodwill's Green Works that does industrial recycling and asset recovery work for DTE Energy and a bunch of other local companies. So when there's a thunderstorm and the wires come down, we actually take those wires, and if they can be reused, we prepare them for reuse, and if not, we strip them down to their component parts and sell those on the commodity market for DTE.
And the work that Goodwill does is complicated by the real deficits that people bring with them to job training. Goodwill does a lot of work with both returning citizens, those who've been to jail and are coming home, and those who are sent to Goodwill to get training and a job rather than go serve time behind bars. Their challenges are staggering.
I don't know your story, Antonio. How long have you been here?
2013, actually November will be 5 years.
Yeah, is that right? Well, congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah. So we
And how did
test
you find
everybody
us?
who we serve, and most of these young men and women are reading at a 4th or 5th grade level and doing math at a 3rd or 4th grade level. And that's kind of regardless of what their actual credential may be. Some of them may have actually graduated from high school, but still are performing at that level. And that's kind of our typical educational attainment level for folks. 99% of them are unbanked, don't have a bank account, never have had a bank account, are not employed. Most of them are homeless or near homeless. So they're literally couch surfing or living out of a car if they happen to have one. Speaking of cars, most of them don't actually have access to a car, much less actually drive one. We're talking about 30% or so max with access to a car or actually driving one. Many we're happily getting these resolved now, but with driver responsibility fees and the like, if they did have a license, so that license has been suspended. And the list goes on, like real fundamental challenges to actually getting into the world of work.
Varner is certain about the ways in which the deficits he sees at Goodwill were developed.
I sort of want you to think a little bit about the relationship between the work you're doing now with the population you're serving now and the work that you used to do as part of Excellent Schools Detroit, trying to make sure that kids in this city get the educational opportunities that they're supposed to. In my mind, they're not unrelated. This is sort of two ends of the same spectrum.
That's exactly right. I actually tell, when folks say, well, how did you end up at Goodwill? Because my background, I'm an attorney, but my work background really is youth development and then this education policy work. And they say, well, Goodwill, that doesn't really make sense. And I say, no, it's exactly the same. I've been working with the same group of people, for 20 years. I just followed them from childhood to young adulthood. And the work is very similar. We do education work, and personal development work is a big part of the work that we're doing with the populations that we serve. So it is very similar work. And of course, maybe most plainly, we serve many folks who our education system failed. And when I say our education,
you're picking up the slack for
right,
something that wasn't done before.
That's right.
Varner is sure about who's to blame for those failures.
I blame all of us for the failure of our education system collectively. It is a public responsibility. And every person who is watching this show right now, and both of us, are all equally responsible for the mess that we've made of our public education system in the state.
And he is just as sure about the mistakes we have made.
When the state lifted the cap on charter schools, my issue actually with that in hindsight is not that the cap was lifted. It was that it was done so without regard to quality, without regard to performance. We had an opportunity in that moment to actually raise the bar on the performance of our charter schools, which I think in turn would have raised the bar for the performance of all of our schools
the public schools as well, right?
And I think that was a huge miss. not only because we failed to take advantage of that, but then we did the exact opposite, right? And in many respects, actually kind of created this free-for-all situation that has left most schools under-enrolled and so under-financed and far too many seats than we need and so on. Kind of just a structural, systemic mess that every school, every teacher, every parent, and every student suffers from. So that's one. There's something around what happened to the city's recreation department in the kind of 80s and 90s that continues to, I think, be a real problem for us as a city.
And you started your work as an adult trying to address that realm at Think Detroit.
Yeah, there's this famous, I don't know how famous it is, there's a study it's famous for me. This is like what kind of got me in this work. A study that was done in the mid-90s that actually was like surveying thousands of Detroiters. I think it was tens of thousands of adults in Detroit about what were the major problems facing the city. Like if you had to tackle, what are the problems you would tackle? In the top 4 was recreation, kids' recreation. Literally, like give our kids something to do.
Thanks to Stephen and Dan Varner.